So me and my cousin was chopping it up yesterday, and I was telling him that when I was in high school, I was in a marching band. And he's like, "Word, you was in a marching band?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." And I remember that it wasn't a cool thing to be in a marching band because you had to wear the uniform, you had to wear the hat, and I was pretty popular in school, but it wasn't a cool thing to do to be playing an instrument, you standing out on the field, and you wearing this tight uniform and you wearing a hat. But I thought it was cool. I didn't care what everybody else thought. Like, oh, that's not cool, you in the band, and that's not cool, you dancing on the field. And I wasn't trying to be cool. I was getting a 95 in that class. It was a free A, an easy A. I enjoyed music, and I still enjoy music to this day. And I was just doing something that I enjoyed doing. I was actually competing with the other people in my section. I played the trumpet to see who was the best trumpet player. But I say all of that to say, sometimes we get caught up in what other people think and let that, change our decision. Like, oh, I ain't gonna do that because this person thinks it's not cool. I ain't gonna do that because that person thinks that's cool. And then that it just trickles down into how we end up living our lives. And a lot of times doing that thing that you might not think is cool, or the other person might not think is cool, that's where the money's at. I started making the most money when I stopped caring what other people thought. And then I started realizing, like, yo, you don't even get more money than me. Why the fuck I'm listening to you? Listen to yourself. Do what you think is cool. Do what you love to do. And then you'll be able to find, the success within that thing. Do what you feel is cool. Fuck what everybody else is thinking. Who cares if she don't think it's cool? And who cares if he don't think it's cool? Do what you think is cool. And lead like that. Be a leader and not a follower. And it was just so funny. We were just talking about it, like, yo, marching band. And I'm thinking, like, damn. I remember, but nobody laughed at me about it. I was never anybody to laugh at. But I just remember it just wasn't like the coolest thing to do. Of course, being the coolest thing to do was like, play basketball or football or whatever. And I was doing all of that stuff too. But I still did what I felt was cool because that's what I wanted to do. And I didn't care what nobody else would think. I was never trying to be down with a gang. If anything, you could be down with my gang. Millie Merch. Holla at your boy.